Hey all, Matthew Donald here. So, good news. That Walking with Dinosaurs episode I've been threatening to do for the last few months, but haven't been able to get around to it thanks to technical issues, shenanigans involving work, personal life stuff, and some good old-fashioned procrastination. Well, guess what? Not only is it finally available right now on the Patreon at patreon.com/Matthew Donald, but so are two other episodes available right now, Walking with Beasts and Walking with Monsters. We do the whole Walking with trilogy, 3 bonus episodes right there. And since I'm very behind on these bonus episodes, there's also going to be a 4th bonus episode later this month about the Dinoverse books by Scott Simpson, these middle grade books about junior high kids that get their minds trapped in the bodies of dinosaurs. It's very weird. A girl falls in love with an acrocanthosaurus. Yeah, that's weird. If you want to hear some of that nonsense, go to the Patreon at patreon.com/Matthew Donald. Link is in the description. Have a good day.
Roar, growl, snarl, bellow.
Welcome to Paleobites, the podcast that makes dinosaurs from dino bruises.
Ouch.
My name's Matthew Donald, and each week I narrate a series of guest co-hosts talk about and rate genes of prehistoric animal, be it dinosaur, mammal, arthropod, and so on. This week I'm joined by someone who really could give me a dino bruise if she really wanted to, if I really pissed her off. It's Natasha Krech. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, you could beat me to a pulp if you want.
I prefer to give people dinosaur-sized headaches, so it's much more fun.
Yeah, of course, that makes sense. No, fair enough. But no, like, I remember I was talking with Cece, friend of the show, if we could sick a dinosaur onto any of the co-hosts we've had so far. It's like, which one? But like, certain ones would die. Alan would die. Steven would die. Like, Matt Seibert would die. I would die. You'd be fine.
Probably.
I mean, it depends on the dinosaur, obviously. Against a T-Rex, you might have a bit of trouble. But
Depends, do I have a truck? Because if I have a truck, me and the T-Rex are going down together.
I guess that's true.
People you can ask what's wrong with me later, that's a long list.
So, actually, I don't know if you remember, but for the 100th episode, when we were talking about T-Rex, one of the questions I asked all the co-hosts was if you faced a T-Rex, you had to escape from you see a T-Rex, what's your escape plan? What'd you do? Lexi, her answer was... she said that she didn't know what she'd do. She'd probably just poop in her pants. She'd crap in her pants. And I wanted to, and I thought about this for a long time, and I really should have said, I guess I was afraid that she might take this the wrong way, but knowing Lexi, she absolutely wouldn't. So I'm going to say it here. I said, here's what you got to do then, your escape plan. Once you've pooped in your pants, you take your pants off. Throw them elsewhere. The Rex gets the scent because it has a very developed sense of smell. And yeah, you don't have any pants and you might be embarrassed, but you do escape. I was not brave enough to say it at the time, but it was.
That's fair.
But she probably would find that funny. But that'd be my plan too, for sure. Eventually her plan was like feed it a steak or something and like try and run because she's use her cooking skills. Like, wait, no, I will cook for you. So anyway, all right, thankfully the creature that we're going to talk about here, I don't think it could do anything to you. Maybe if you got your hand caught in it when it closed, you get digestive fluid. Is that how it's like a Venus flytrap?
It's more like a Venus flytrap.
But
Most creatures like this one are filter feeders.
Yeah, okay. So if you got your hand caught in it, it probably wouldn't even just fully close. It wouldn't like clamp onto it. And you'd be like, ah! You feel all the fluids getting sucked out of your arm. You pull it out, and it's like skeletalized, like that part in The Mummy Returns.
No, this creature might make itself a delicacy by accident.
Oh, it might make itself a delicacy and might make some people rich. We're talking about Platyceramus. Means broad shell. It's the biggest clam we've ever found. It's enormous.
Saying something.
Yeah, which sounds like lame. Like, oh wow, the biggest clam. That sounds like a tourist trap you'd find on like an Idaho road.
Middle of I-25 on the Kansas
it's like home of the world's largest clam. Like, well, we gotta see this.
Just like the world's biggest yarn ball or something.
right, exactly.
I'm a yarn crafter. Did I just out myself?
I
I might have mentioned this before on the show, but I just think it's so funny. There was a TikTok I saw of someone driving. I think they were in Iowa. They're just in the middle of the cornfields, just driving on this highway, very boring road. There was this truck that was driving. Turns out it was a truck transporting fish for the aquarium.
Oh.
And in one of the windows, I crap you not, was a full-on shark. Just swimming back and forth, peering out the window. I'm like, out of all the things to run to an Iowa highway, a shark is not something. What was the shark thinking when it was looking out there?
I'd have liked to have been that truck driver.
It's like, I'm transporting a shark. The shark's like, yeah, on the open road.
Oh, the jokes that could be made.
It's like the only sharks that have ever been called Iowa hole before have been the lawyers. Am I right? Right here, loan sharks. Yeah. Anyways, all right. So Platyceramus is a bivalve, a group of mollusks that includes clams, oysters, mollusks, scallops, and other things that rich people claim are tasty, but are actually disgusting. We all know it. Well, in my opinion.
I like New England clam chowder.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, look, clam chowder, to be fair, that's like butter and like other sorts of things just put into it. Like the soup, I don't count. I'm talking about just like
as a kid, I had a thing for oysters.
you know what? Everyone's different. No one's perfect. Nah, it's fine.
Not so much as an adult, but as a kid, I had a thing.
That sounds like it should work the other way around.
You would think.
It's like, I mean, because I feel like, not even from a taste standpoint, I feel like they have the consistency of boogers.
They really don't have the greatest consistency.
Yeah. It's kind of like I used to eat scrambled eggs a lot. Now I can't, because unless they're like in like a breakfast burrito or something. Because
I prefer them in a breakfast burrito.
Yeah, because like on their own, it's just like, I'm just eating mucus.
Well, though I'm surrounded by people who know how to cook them, and I know how to cook them myself.
Yes.
I prefer them combined with green chili and a breakfast burrito.
Did I show you this? Because as is now going to be the new tradition for when Natasha comes on the show, I'm going to get her a Mountain Dew voltage as payment until the show actually makes money, and then I can actually pay her. Mountain Dew on their website has recipes.
Oh, interesting.
Including like Mountain Dew Livewire orange chicken.
Hey,
sweet beef with
working, and they would reduce down quite nicely.
Sweet beef Mountain Dew with red sauce, Mountain Dew TSO chicken, Mountain Dew chicken piccata.
You know, one of my friends and I, a long time ago, once attempted to make barbecue sauce out of Dr. Pepper.
Oh, I can see. I mean, look, I think there is a Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce you can buy in Texas.
It was years ago when I was attempting. Me and my friend were goofing around in the kitchen. It didn't work out so well, but Dr. Pepper does have a good flavor base.
Oh no, for sure.
To take spicy stuff like paprika.
Well, like it basically just adds sugar to it. Like I mean, that's
the Dr.
okay.
Pepper
like
has the sugar.
What?
The Dr. Pepper has the sugar.
That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't really change the taste. I mean, it changes the taste a little bit. Mostly it's just sugar. Ooh, Mountain Dew Livewire muffins. Code Red Chipotle salsa.
Okay, that might be pushing it.
Yeah, Mountain Dew wing sauce. Ooh, I love this, the grilled cheese sandwich. I remember looking this up. It looks green, but that's because of food coloring. You do that on purpose. It's not the Mountain Dew that does that. You add the food coloring.
That's a little freaky.
Code Red brisket.
I mean, the Code Red has some cherry flavors to it, so if you amp it up with some paprika and a few other spices, I don't see why you couldn't use it as a more sticky base.
Mountain Dew popcorn.
Reduce it down.
Mountain Dew jalapeno poppers. Now we have a winner.
It sounds like with a lot of these recipes, they want you to reduce the soda down to basically a syrup.
Code Red cherry pie. Yeah, some of these are drinks too, like a Malibu Sunset. Mountain Dew Mary mashed up cranberry pomegranate fruit. What? What? That's a long one. It looks like a meat there. Oh, it's a bread. Oh, fruitcake. Yeah, fruitcake.
Oh, you mean catapult ammo?
Yeah, exactly. The thing that we all give each other for Christmas, even though no one wants it.
Never been given a fruitcake for Christmas. But then again, I am surrounded by people with taste buds.
Oh, that's true. So you know Mountain Dew, speaking of which, and then we'll get back to the Platyceramus. Mountain Dew has a mystery flavor every year, the Voodoo.
I bought one of those. I haven't busted into it.
So you want me to? You don't want me to spoil what the flavor is?
Don't.
So okay, let me just say this, because the flavor was not what you expect, but I did have it spoiled for me because I looked at the ingredients. Because obviously, from a legal standpoint, they have to tell you the ingredients.
Yes.
If you look at it has but it is. Trying to figure out if there's a way I can tell you without telling you. Like maybe give you a list of 3, and one of them's the real one.
Or you'll all let me find out.
Or I can just let you find out. Well, fun. Yeah, you're talking about the one from this year, right?
Yep.
Because last year's was Lemonade.
I bought one yesterday alongside the Purple Thunder stuff.
Do you have it on you, by the way?
No.
Oh, I was kind of going to hope to see your reaction. Oh, man. Okay. So size of Platyceramus. I don't think I'm prepared for this. It's 3 to 10 feet / 1 to 3 meters wide. Yes, this was a 10-foot clam.
That's an impressive sized clam, especially considering that the biggest giant clams we know of have only gotten to 6 feet.
Right, exactly. So yeah, this was the largest bivalve known to science. And yes, it had a pearl. A big one, I presume. Money, baby. Diet, herbivore, but in the sense that filter-fed phytoplankton. Based on size, I presume a lot of phytoplankton.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty common for, clams, mussels, scallops, the like, to be filter feeders.
Time Late Cretaceous, 90 to 86 million years ago. Location, Kansas. So it means it probably was in the vicinity of some mosasaurs.
Probably.
Mosasaurs probably didn't eat it, or maybe they did. No, they probably could have. They were meteors.
They might have been big enough, but look at the teeth of a mosasaur. They're not meant to get into those
Well,
shells.
That's true.
Those shells would have been pretty.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It was described in 1932. Pop culture appearances, the menus of fancy Cretaceous seafood restaurants.
So the Cretaceous version of Gordon Ramsay was using them.
Oh, absolutely. Can you imagine how much of a meal you could get from this? I mean, assuming you split it into multiple, entrees for multiple
mostly,
people.
Yeah,
it's like on Chopped or whatever. This fills all 4 plates. So,
I mean, they've used ostrich eggs on Chopped a fair number of times.
I heard recently because some people wanted this because my cockatiel likes to lay eggs because she's a horny little bird who has a lot of hormones, and she lays eggs. And everyone's been telling me since they're infertile, it's like, you should eat them. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Apparently, I've read they taste very similar to quail eggs.
Oh, interesting. I've heard quail eggs are very rich and delicious.
Okay, well, that's great. Now I'm going to want to eat her eggs. And then I'm going to turn her into a little cockatiel egg farm. Keep laying eggs. Dad's going to have breakfast. 2 of these eggs I think, when an omelet we can make an omelet if we get 100 of them. They're so little. Anyways, there's a consistent theme when looking at prehistoric animals. Everything was bigger back in prehistoric times. Bigger cats, bigger dogs, bigger beavers, elephants, lizards, crocodiles, dragonflies, millipedes, everything.
Basically, yeah.
For a while, I thought whales were safe, with the blue whale comfortably being the largest animal ever for the longest time. But have you heard of Perucetus?
I think I've heard the name once.
It got described earlier this year. It was a basilosaurid that may have weighed up to 400 tons.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so even the blue whale might not even be the biggest animal ever. And another exception, though, is spiders. Apparently, despite finding many larger versions of other arthropods in the fossil record, we haven't found any spiders bigger than our biggest modern-day ones.
Oh, interesting.
Megarachne was originally thought to be a big spider, but it turned out to be a trilobite. That was from the Carboniferous.
Oh, yeah, Carboniferous was a good time for the insects. So.
Oh, yeah. But there's evidence that the biggest spiders of all time, so basically the biggest spiders of all time are alive today, and there's evidence that they're getting bigger.
Oh,
Maybe I am rooting for climate change to kill us all. I don't want to be living in a world where spiders are bigger than they already are.
I mean,
I know you're fine with that.
The biggest misconception about the bird-eating species is that they're super tough.
Oh, yeah.
They're actually super vulnerable to a lot. They're
cool. Good. No, I'm just kidding.
They're very sensitive little buggers.
Good. I hope they all die. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, from an ecosystem standpoint, they need to survive. And they're animals with their own little feelings, and that's fine. I'm just a huge arachnophobe. I recently learned that, I was looking up arachnophobia for an episode we're going to do later. I learned that I actually am what's considered an extreme arachnophobe, because even a picture can send me into a panic attack. So...
Interesting.
It doesn't even have to be actually there. It's so cool. Anyways, what about clams, though? They're bigger, too, such as this guy, Platyceramus, the broad shell. And by broad, I mean 10 feet wide. Holy crap, dude. And yes, it made pearls. So
somehow that's unsurprising.
Can you imagine the size of the pearls it could make? We could wreck the market of pearls if we brought this thing back. Jurassic Park could have paid for itself if it brought back some Platyceramus.
Yeah, but where are they gonna display a pearl that size, I mean,
See,
you're gonna consider that it might be multiple feet across.
Oh no, for sure. That's what I'm saying. So like, but can you imagine like if Martha Wayne had a necklace made out of these pearls when she was shot?
To carry it.
Yeah, it's like because like it's always like the classic when Batman's parents were shot. Like the pearls go flying everywhere. Imagine these pearls going flying everywhere. The killer, like Joe would be dead. The kid Bruce Wayne would be dead.
Yeah, and probably half the people on the street.
Yeah, everyone would be dead. And Gotham would be like, why did we let them have Platyceramus? I know they're wealthy people, like, but like, why did we let these people have Platyceramus pearls for their necklaces? That'd be a different universe.
That would be.
So
maybe the Hulk could wear a necklace of that stuff.
Oh, I mean, he was wearing that kind of one thing in Ragnarok when he was like had like necklace when he was so I could see that. Or what about people talk about like the biggest comic characters, and some of them are just ridiculous, man.
Right.
It's like some of them like bigger than the Earth, some of them like bigger than the universe. There's that one anime mech that's bigger, that has a drill that's bigger than the universe. You know that one?
For pity's sake.
It's just like, what's that for?
How does that work?
I mean, it's not always that big. It's just, who cares about mass, and like, it's like, just something gets like to a point where the universe is just a little speck, and this weapon's like...
That makes no sense.
Anime, it exists. My fiance loves anime, so that's okay. Good on her. Nice. But yeah, so this was a big clam with a big pearl. It lived in the Cretaceous with some big mosasaurs that probably didn't eat it. Something had to have, though. Otherwise, it would have taken over the Earth. I don't know how the population works.
Well, I imagine some things preyed on it.
Well, it probably just went inside it. They probably kept its clam thing from shutting and like getting the little thing inside.
I imagine there were prehistoric starfish, no?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm sure the prehistoric... Actually, those are the original... Like, pretty much the entire cast of SpongeBob is the first multicellular life. You got sponges, starfish, jellyfish, like...
Then I imagine some of the starfish would have preyed on them in their younger stages.
Oh, for sure. When they were
starfish
polyps.
are good at wreaking havoc.
Yeah, when they were with the Platyceramus polyps.
Yeah.
So, for sure. So, actually, no, I did look this up. Actually, I forgot. I looked this up. I put it in my notes here. It was eaten by those big turtles.
Turtles are another one.
Like Archelon. Big turtle feeding on a big clam. And then they were fed. The big turtle was eaten by the Mosasaurus. Yeah, you know that episode of Magic School Bus, right, with the food chain?
Oh, yeah.
The Platyceramus eats the phytoplankton. The Archelon eats the Platyceramus. And then the Mosasaurus eats the Archelon. Food chain!
Joy!
Oh, yeah. So let's Late Cretaceous 165 million. Not much to say about it. It's a big clam with a big pearl. I mean, I guess how it get that big, evolution loves big stuff.
Evolution does seem to like bigger things.
I mean, it makes sense, because, like, it's like, like if a female goes to a male, the male has the big antlers, and then wants to go to the deer with the biggest antlers.
Yeah.
It's like that just means bigger and bigger antlers are going to keep evolving, because that's the dominant gene. That's also probably why human females are the only ones with prominent breasts of any of any mammal, even when not lactating. Like, we just found it attractive.
Yeah, that's a trait that, let's be honest, could disappear, and a lot of us would.
No, I like boobs. That's okay. I did see a thing on Reddit that was like, I like thighs more than breasts, and then people were going on until finally someone was, wait a minute, I think he's actually talking about chicken, and he was. People were talking about, it's like, oh, you do you. You know what I mean? Like, I guess you don't really see a lot of thigh guys there. It's like, wait, guys, he's talking about chicken. It's like, in which case, yeah, I agree. Anyways, that's it for this. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with the show? What is wrong with my life? What's wrong with my friends for putting up with me?
All of those are long lists that none of us have time to get into.
No, we've time to unpack the conundrum that is Matthew Donald and what goes on in his crazy contraption of a cerebral cortex. All right. If you want to get a hold of the show and find out some of that stuff, you can contact me at paleobitespodcast@gmail.com, at paleobitespod on Twitter, and paleobitespodcast on Instagram. Where can they find you? You can find me at NK Arts and Crafts on Instagram. Yes, of course. She's got some great stuff on there. She also, I forgot to say this last episode, she illustrated my books. She illustrated the chapters for my Megazoic books. So yes, and those were fun illustrations.
caused a lot of growth as an artist.
Yes, that's good. And some of them are, I mean, like all of them are good, but some of them are amazing. Like that one with the I always talk about the medieval tap book. That one was great.
I attempted to do graphic design with that one, and it failed.
Oh, well, at least you tried.
The pencil looks better.
Yeah, no, I see that, but that's good.
My favorites were actually the cyborg dino zombies.
I remember you like
intricate detail.
Oh yeah, no, there's this one in the final book where you see like 3 normal dinosaurs squaring off against 3 cyborg insect zombie dinosaurs. I remember, and like that was a really good one. All right, well, that's it for this week. It's at the end of every episode of Paleo Bites. What do clams make? They just go, they open and bubbles come out. Yeah, just like those aquarium attractions.
Basically, yeah. Basically, yeah.